Hey everyone, I want to quickly talk to you about the new formula editor that we've added in Stackby. This was one of the most requested features, over the last 3 years on Stackby because our past formula editor experience was not that great for a lot of users because our users kept improving, their knowledge on the Stackby platform and continue to add more complex formulas to suit their workflows. So we had to match, the user experience of the formula editor based on the complexity of the formulas that they would add. So we worked very hard on this and we launched a brand new formula editor in Stackby, which takes your formula building experience to the whole new level and much more intuitive. So let's look at the features that we added on, the formula editor. So there are 4 primary features that we added in the formula editor, and we added it into this, post as well. First is colorful syntax highlighting. So, we added, as soon as you start adding, functions or fields or text or numbers in the formula, it will give you a different syntax with a different color. So green for functions, blue for fields and columns, yellow and orange for numbers, purple for text or string. So you will see it like this, how the formulas will start to look. So, you can easily decipher what that color means and what exactly are you adding. Second is parenthesis matching. A lot of times, with complex formulas, we would, forget about adding a closing bracket or a starting bracket, and that just breaks the formulas, right? So we now added parenthesis matching support in the formula editor. Third thing is, if you're adding complex if formulas or switch formulas, now you can do multi-line editing. So you can add as long as the formula as you want, whether it's a complex if formula or a nested if formula or a switch formula, you can add those formulas in multi-line editing mode. Previously, we did not have multi-line editing. So all the formulas would essentially, be in a single line, and that experience was not that great, for our end users, and we agree. So let's look at the practical, version of this. Here's our formula, a basic formula stack that I created. Think of it, you're managing Stackby for your sales, commission tracking. So let's say you've got different agents, you have the number of deals that they've closed and the total sales that they have done. So I'm going to add a couple of, formulas just to show you how the new formula editor, looks and functions. Now let's say if I want to look at the average deal size of, this particular agent. So I can essentially add it like this. So let's just quickly add it one more time. So say if I'm adding average, as a function, so you will see it automatically converts into a green text. Now the parenthesis matching gets activated immediately. Now if I want to look at, let's say the total sales divided by deals, so it automatically changes, the colors. So the blue really means, the fields. So it has automatically identified, the column names. So based on that, you just add it, save it, it automatically brings in the average deal size. Let's say if I change any of this, it just changes the calculation as well. Now, if I want to calculate commissions, to calculate commissions, let's say I have a formula where the total sales is, say, greater than $1,000, or let's say $10,000, and the deals is greater than 5. I want to give either $250 commission or $0, right? Based on these agents and the deals and the total sales. Now, I've created another formula for commissions where you will see, there are, a couple of, functions that I've added. One is the if function. Like you start with an if function, then you add an and operator function. So if and the total sales is greater than 350, or let's say, I would say 1,000 or 5,000, deals is greater than 5, either assign $250 or $0, right? And it gives me a commission in the currency format. So you will see all the different colors. If I've added numbers, it takes yellow and orange. If I've added text, it takes purple. If I've added a function, it takes green. And automatically the parenthesis matching also works, so you don't miss, adding a closing bracket or a starting bracket. So I just click on save. Let's say if I look at integer, yep, So it gives me, commissions in that way. Now, if I, let's say, look at, this is $4,000, so it automatically moves to 0. If I move it to $6,000, it goes to $250. So this is how the new formula editor, functions. Let us know in the comments what you think about a new formula editor. And if you need any help in building any sort of a complex formula, do check out our Stackby community, where we keep adding a lot of new formulas that our users, have discovered or added into their workflow. And if you have any sort of a requirement in adding a workflow formula, just feel free to ask a question in the community, and one of the community members will be, surely answering, about those formula. So do let us know what you think about the new formula editor. Constantly striving to make, Stackby a much more user-friendly platform, and we cannot do it without your feedback. So do leave us your feedback, within the comments, and we are surely going to get back to you as soon as possible. Have a nice day and cheers.